Testing, testing, welcome, hello. Welcome back to the enterbrain encephalon expansion. Welcome to E3, the real E3, the only E3 that matters, mine. So, before I get started, I want to discuss a couple of things. Well, before I discuss a couple of things, I want to discuss this thing, which is I decided to make an executive decision to remove, last night I said I wanted to keep Wonderful World on the roulette wheel because I enjoyed the game so much and I wanted to play it and have a nice proper stream. My YouTube chat isn't here. Let me fix that. I'm kidding. Okay, so I'll do it later. I said that I wanted to keep Wonderful World on the list because also I found out that the build I was playing was slightly out of date. That was version 9.4. Let me see, 9.44, I believe. I mean, version. Let me double check here. Wonderful World. Let's see. Check mine. Yes, the build that I was playing yesterday was version 0944. Whereas the most up-to-date build that is publicly available is 0946, which adds 2 characters to the roster. Boss Lady Areyu, if I remember correctly, is still not playable because she is still being worked on. But it added 2 characters on one which is a fox girl. Not a fox girl. I mean a fox girl, yeah, but I mean like specifically a more like a yokai. She has transforms. It's really neat. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I decided to remove Wonderful World from the list because I decided whenever the fuck I want to, I could just play them again. I played them before. I can play them again. Who cares? The game that I decided to remove is Monmasubu Ju Mangoku, which was the first game I played in that absolute disaster of a fucking stream. Because again, I can make the executive decision to just play it whenever the fuck I want. So for now, I'm going to first of all, I'm going to hide this to make sure I don't fucking dox myself. I'm going to hide that, and I'm going to see if I can hook my YouTube. I don't know. It is really annoying that YouTube makes a different live chat, a different chat box every time you stream. So I have to keep rehooking it. Okay, so I do this, and then I do this, and it should work. Docs here. Ugh. Okay. Do that, and it should work. Okay, we're good. Alright, that's good, and that's good. Okay. Get rid of that. And for some reason... What? Huh? Caster Labs isn't... It's not... What? Okay, I'm just stupid. Never mind. It's working. It's working fine. I'm dumb. Okay, so let me bring the wheel back up. And yeah, there we go. And so now, spin the wheel. What do we got? What do we got today? Actually, I forgot. I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna do that actually. Well, no, I have to. It still has to show the. Okay, hold on. Whatever game that comes up, I'm gonna ignore it until I have to play it because I want to do something else very quickly. I want to discuss. I mean, I discussed this on the Discord earlier, but I might as well put this out here now. I believe it is very unfortunate, but it is time. It is time to talk about the Michael Jordan of fighting games. It is time to talk about. Pull up page. Mai Shiranui. We have to discuss Mai Shiranui. I have not actually seen the trailer. I've seen screenshots, but I haven't seen the trailer.
If I piqued your interest, I can...
And I'm muting that immediately. Fuck that shit. I don't want to listen to no fucking Ian Dub. Now, I'm not actually gonna watch the trailer. I'll watch the trailer properly on my own time. But I just want to... What's a good shot here? Well, I wouldn't know until I watched the whole thing, right? I wanted to bring up specifically how Mai looks, how people have reacted, and some of the misconceptions of the reason why Mai looks the way she does in this game. But in order to do that, I first need to actually bring up the not the Terry trailer, the SF6 Season Pass 2 trailer. I need to bring that up first. I misspelled trailer, who cares? Really, I just need the ending art. I really only need this. Actually, hold up. Because I remember correctly, there is a Pipson. Was it? Yeah, no, my show's at the beginning with Terry. Is there a good body shot here of my fan? That's not. No, okay, I need to go. Okay, so I need to go here. That's also not very good, but it's enough. It's enough that I can. Do I have the pictures I. Did I delete the pictures because I'm fucking stupid? I actually did. Holy fuck. Well, don't worry too much about that. Okay. I see the. Stop that, okay. This is fine. I can work with this. I can work with this here. So. My Shiranui. I could have just Googled this, but. Whatever. Let's see. Gallery. Start with Fatal Fury. Start with the first one here. And then I bring up trailer. Now what's a good shot? I need a good full body shot of mine. That's too small. Can I get rid of the blur? No, this also doesn't quite work because I need to. Actually, this actually could work. This could work actually, because I can go from the leg down. Okay, so my Shiranui. Let me pull up. Okay, so let's see. My personal favorite is 3, but this works. No, that's Real Belt. Not Real Belt. That's Fatal Fury, Real Belt, Fatal Fury, and Fatal Fury 3. Right, because my and 3 and Real Belt has the same design. This is what we're talking about. This is what I want. Special and Real Belt 2. Does this work? Does this image work? I think this could work. Maybe. Let me try the Shinkiro art. Better. Let me go back to 2. Yeah, 2, because you can see the bangs. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so my Shiranui, I guess calling her the Chun-Li of Fatal Fury is technically accurate. Oh, Akane, hi. Why are you not showing up on my chat box? I'll sort that out later. Hello, hi. I'm currently talking about, well, I'm about to start talking about My Shiranui, Street Fighter 6, and how the version of Mai that was chosen to be the guest character in Street Fighter 6 is different from the one in KOF, which is one that everybody knows and recognizes. It's actually specifically this version of Mai here. This artwork is from Real Bout 2. And if you look at this, I zoom this up here. It's kind of hard to tell, but like you can tell by the leg guards, you can tell by she has the one. I don't know what this circle thing is called, but for the you know, I'll just call it tail for now because she's supposed to be reminiscent of like a kitsune. So the one tail, she has the bow on the back of the obi, the hand guards, and if I get a really good shot of her head, or maybe her hair, you could see the no, not that one. I think there's one at the end, isn't there? Actually, this could work. And if you look at her hair, that her bangs. Actually, this is a combination of both KOF and Fatal Fury, but you see that the bangs are cut short here, and there's this part in the middle. Not as big as KOF, but she has these straight cut bangs. A bit kind of. No, that's not. Doesn't right. Which you kind of like here, like right at the ear, like right under the eye, right? And if I remember correctly, I think that actually is. Will this work? No, that's more like that's a different art. That's more like the 90s hair vent style. What this here? No, that's not quite it either. OVA Obari is different. Actually, 94. Yeah, they stick out a bit too much, but they're around the same length. The bangs. Oh, this is actually really nice here. 90, yeah, 95 Shinkiro. I think that's a good. I think that's a good. Yeah, they're on cut, and then they're a bit longer on the sides. However, specifically, what I want to bring to attention are. Let me double check here. Can you tell me what this is about? Okay. Okay, yeah, sure. So, way back when. Last year. Not last year, 6 months ago. Wow, I thought that was last year. So, last year, Street Fighter 6 had a trailer for their second season pass. The first season pass was like Ed, Akuma, no, wait, hold on. I forget, actually. Yeah, because Season Pass, yeah, Bison, Terry, Elena, and Mai. And Season 1 was like Ed, Akuma, Aki, and I don't remember the fourth one. I haven't played 6 in a while, I don't remember. But basically, Street Fighter, the fighting game, the Michael Jordan of fighting games, the fighting game by which all other fighting games are compared to, for all of the good and bad that entails, released the trailer for their second season pass with the main villain, the most iconic villain of the series, M. Bison, and the most iconic villain of Street Fighter 4, Elena. Oh man. But in addition to that, Street Fighter did something that it has never done before. Very small air quotes, not large air quotes, because technically Fatal Fury is a crossover, but it's all owned by Capcom, and it was officially canonized to be the same universe, so that kind of doesn't matter anymore. Kind of like Soul Calibur and Tekken, because Yoshimitsu's there, so they're connected in that way. But anyway, these two characters here, Terry Bogard and Mai Shiranui, these are guest characters from Capcom's rivals, friendly rivals, SNK, Shin Nihon Kikaku, who are most famous for the King of Fighters games, and also back in the 90s, they were the ones with Capcom that were developing and evolving the entire genre of fighting games. Not by themselves entirely, but between the two of them, they were a grand majority of it. There is so much of the history of fighting games as a medium, as a genre, that can be linked to Capcom, to SNK, and to Sega. Although Sega is not relevant in this conversation, in this specific context, but I just wanted to point them out because Virtua Fighter was incredibly massive. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So Mai Shiranui and Terry Bogard, these are the most well-recognized, most popular Fatal Fury characters, right? So much that Terry Bogard is in fucking Smash. I spelled his name wrong. Don't worry about it. Terry Bogard is from Smash. From Smash, Jesus Christ. Terry Bogard. Well, this is a trailer, but the man, the boy, the legendary Hungry Wolf, Terry Bogard, was in Smash. The fucking salt this caused was so fucking delicious. So many people asking, who the fuck is this guy? While everybody not in America was freaking the fuck out. It was great. This is annoying me. Okay, so. And there have been many hints in Street Fighter 6 that this is the beginning. That so many people are speculating that Capcom and SNK are in talks to make a new CVS game. What is CVS? Capcom versus Street. Why did I say that? Why did I type that? Capcom versus Street Fighter. I'm fucking stupid. SNK. Capcom versus SNK. Why did I say versus Street Fighter? I am... Okay. Capcom versus Street Fighter. Match of the Millennium and Millennium Fight 2001. So... Also... Okay, so... Back in the 90s, right? Well, okay. Technically not the 90s. This was... during the new millennium, the Y2K, right? There was a massive crossover. Capcom at this point were doing a lot of crossover games, right? SNK were also okay. All right, context. In the 90s, right? When fighting games were the hot new shit and a new version of Street Fighter 2 was being released like every 7 months. Capcom managed to get a deal with Marvel Studios. Well, they weren't Marvel Studios, Marvel Comics, I should say. And they ended up creating, I would say, the best looking 2D game of all time. But I'm biased, I'll admit that. Children of the Atom. Yeah, sure, I'll just have this in the background. That oh, it's widescreen. No widescreen, please, no widescreen. Sure, this'll work. Don't give me the fucking sprite filter. Jeez. You know what? I don't care. It's more important that I talk about the things happening. Okay, so this is round one. When you're looking at this footage, I want you to let me put it at normal speed. While this is all happening, I want you to keep in mind that this game is like 94, 95. What? It's like it's 94. Hold on. Yeah, 95. Well, okay. Japan at 94, but yes. And it's doing the ad thing. Okay. Well, anyway. So, Capcom struck a deal with Marvel Comics to make X-Men Children of the Atom into a fighting game. And in this, someone made a cheeky decision to sneak Akuma, the final boss of Hyper Street Fighter 2 Turbo, the new challengers, into the game as a secret boss character. Now, I don't know why it happened. I don't know who did it. But this decision would eventually lead to Capcom crossing over officially and making X-Men vs. Street Fighter. X-Men vs. Street Fighter. I misspelled it. Don't worry about that. Well, actually, no. I think Marvel Superheroes was first, wasn't it? No, because I remember. No, if I remember correctly, the timeline is Coda, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, then Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, Marvel 1, Marvel 2, Marvel 3, and then Infinite. Okay, well, hold on. Spelled it wrong, who cares? So October 95. Okay. Okay. Okay, I did get it right. So, because of the success of where did I put? Yeah, okay. So because of the success that Coda did, Coda was a massive boon to both Capcom and Marvel at the time. It's important to remember that it is extremely important to remember that back in the 90s, like yes, the X-Men cartoon in the 80s and 90s was good, but Marvel was in dire straits at the time. And this crossover was such a benefit to the company that Marvel just kept hiring Capcom to make more X-Men branded games. Because Capcom had already proven themselves with making good licensed games with Disney in the early 90s. They made a bunch of platformers for Disney, for the NES and SNES and the Genesis back in like 90 to around 90, 93 maybe? I'm trying to remember the timeline here. Right. I believe that one of the last ones was Aladdin, or was it Lion King? I'm trying to remember the last one. Okay, Lion King was 90. Okay. Actually, let me check down here. Not West. Okay, never mind. Wait, Lion King was not made by Capcom, was it? No. Wait, hold on. I'm getting confused. Wait a minute. Westwood. That wasn't Capcom. Didn't Capcom make a Lion King game? Am I stupid? Wait a minute. I guess. What am I thinking of? What am I thinking about? Well, okay. I'm getting him. Okay. All right. I'm digressing. Okay. All you need to know is that Capcom had established that they were making really good crossover fighting games. Okay. Now, SNK Shin Nihon Kikaku was a rival fighting game developer and publisher of the Neo Geo arcade machine, which is incredibly important, incredibly famous, very good system. Not a bit less so in America, but like all over the world, you could find these Neo Geo MVS arcade machines. The MVS, the multi-video system, because the idea behind this cabinet here is that you would find these everywhere. And what these were very cheaply made arcade systems that you could stick you could stick multiple cartridges into and swap between games. It was kind of like an in-between of like arcade and a console. And because of the cheap costs that these to make, and the fact that you didn't have to build a custom arcade machine for every game that you put out, like the really big publishers did, like Sega, Namco, even Capcom did it too. But generally speaking, what you would, because you're competing for attention. So what you would do in an arcade is you would have these large, intricate, custom-made arcade machines to house games. Like, have you seen Space Harrier? Not Space Harrier. Super Hang On. I mean, the big one's probably Daytona USA, but like, dude, look it. Is it? Are you gonna show the thing? It's not a good shot. Hold on. Yeah, dude, this thing. Just in order to make the arcade games more immersive and to deliver experiences that you couldn't get at home, a lot of the big budget arcade games had like custom peripherals like this, right? There was one. Well, that's digressing. So yeah, and because SNK didn't want to do that, and they specialized in things like shooting games, fighting games, beat 'em ups, right? Things that didn't really need those kind of peripherals, so they made a bog standard arcade machine, and there were multiple slots that you could just put different game cartridges into and hot swap between them. And this was a magnificent thing for cheaper arcades, for kind of like startups, and just for having an arcade machine in like a laundromat or a bowling alley, just something to do because they were cheap to import. And if you didn't like the game, you could just send the game back. You didn't have to send a whole fucking arcade machine. And so, even though this wasn't quite popular in America, because even at the time this was out, arcades were already being phased out in America. But these could be found like basically everywhere, especially like in South America or in China, Brazil. You could find these anywhere. But again, I'm digressing. So SNK was Capcom's rival in the fighting game market at the time, right? while Capcom would iterate on a video game and set new standards for what a fighting game could do, SNK were the innovators. They would massively experiment with fighting games. What you could do with a fighting game, what weird mechanics or styles or directions you could go with a fighting game. And while a lot of their games never reached the success, well, not really the success, the notoriety, I would say, of a Street Fighter 2, they came close. They came close a lot of times. One of which is Fatal Fury, which, fun fact, is actually directed and I believe partially developed by by Akira Nishitani. Yes, Akira Nishitani. No, wait. Is this before or after Akira? Wait. I believe this is, yes. Akira Nishitani. Okay, that's not helping. Oh god, hold on a second, give me a second here. Fatal Fury, Shukume no Tatakai, Oro Densetsu, Shukume no Tatakai. I want to sure I get this right. Okay. Yeah, Takashi Nishiyama, Eiichi Kawasaki. Did he work on anything Capcom related? 25. Okay, so I was thinking of Takeshi Nishiyama. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's okay. Let me double check this. No one. Street Fighter 1. Let me double check here. Street Fighter 87. Credits. Yeah, okay, I was right. Takeshi Nishiyama. Okay, right. So Takeshi Nishiyama, who is the man behind Street Fighter, specifically Street Fighter 1. And he ended up getting poached by SNK because, okay, so here's the thing, right? People love to rag on Street Fighter. It has to show up on screen. Yeah, I noticed that. Okay, hold on. Let me check my checker. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Let me try this. It's not working. Okay. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm getting a bit too into this research. Give me a second here. Let me try this. No? Okay, let me try this. See, that's weird, because, like, it's showing up on... I know what's happening. I know what's happening. Hold on. I know what's happening. There we go. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay, got it. Okay, so Takeshi Nishiyama is the man, the brainchild behind Street Fighter, the arcade game, the 1987 arcade game, which, despite people loving to rag on that game, it was very successful. In spite of the weird experimental controller with the two big buttons. Is there a picture of that? Hold on. Is there a picture of this? Screenshots. They're probably just gonna show pictures of the game, right? Not the... Okay, hold on. Arcade cabinet. Yeah. How big is this? Big enough. This fucking thing. Shut this thing. The joystick and the two big button, the two large pressure sensitive buttons that you would hit that determine the strength of your attacks. Although, to be fair, this thing, this big dumb thing was not even when the game was being made. These these were rare. These were very extremely limited systems because Nishiyama wanted to develop the game around having 6 buttons, which at the time of this game coming out was unheard of. That's the big one. Where's the cabinet? No, not this one. Sure, this one. Okay, what the fuck? Okay. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay. Hold on, where's it gonna take me? I'll see arcade. Okay, that should be fine. So these, at the time of, in 1987, an arcade cabinet having 6 buttons was unheard of. Even after the influence of Street Fighter 2 blew up fighting games in the arcades, most fighting games didn't even have 6 buttons. Like, most of them had like 4, right? Someone had 5. I think I'm trying to think. Because I know Mortal Kombat 3 had 6 buttons because it had the run button in addition to the block button. I know that Fighter's History Dynamite has 6 buttons. But, yeah, no, 6 buttons. Even after Street Fighter 2. That was rare for an arcade game. But, I'm getting ahead of myself. What was I talking about? What was I talking about? Right, Nishiyama. Okay, so Nishiyama got headhunted by SNK, and he used some of his experience working on Street Fighter 1 and some of the characters of Street Fighter 1, not directly, but he would take influence from those characters, and he would make Fatal Fury, Garo Densetsu Shukume no Tatakai. And very interestingly, if I see this guy, oh god, the Amiga, holy shit. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't have it. It doesn't have it. Are you not gonna? That's not good. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, Street Fighter 1 intro. I need to show this off real quick, and it's playing a dumb ad. Okay, so, okay. What in the hell? I don't need all this. Okay, sure. There we go. There you go. This guy. Rewind. So this guy that punches through the wall, outside of me stealing that to reference my going live stream, this is Joe. Now, this is may or may not be the same Joe that you actually fight in the game. It is unknown. I'm assuming it is, right? This guy was supposed to be the main character of Street Fighter 1. You can tell because every single Street Fighter game tries to have a new character, and it doesn't work because Ryu is the eternal main character. But every game tries to have a new guy, a new protagonist, right? So this guy, Joe, named after Joe Louis, an American kickboxer that wore red pants, very similar to a certain other one in Street Fighter. But so that guy Joe would go on to be the influence of Fatal Fury. Let me actually bring up the Fatal Fury 1 version. Would be one of the influences, the major influences of Fatal Fury. Of our main guy here. I need a better. Can I get a better screenshot? No? Okay, that's fine. SNK Wiki. Let's try that. I could have used TFG this whole fucking time, couldn't I? We're going to TFG. Where can I find, let's see. I want Fatal Fury 1 Terry specifically. That's 2. This is I want the one of him eating the sandwich. Well, you know, no, this will work. I'm just using this as an example. So, Terry Bogard, right? So this is what would become of Joe from Street Fighter 1. Not the actual Joe you fight in the game, but the idea of the Joe of the main character of Street Fighter 1, right? Who would also branch off and become Cody Travers, the main protagonist of Final Fight, even though if you really think about it, Final Fight is technically Hagar's story. So it makes more sense that Hagar would be the main character of Final Fight, even though it's Cody, because, you know, marketable, street tough main character, man. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So how did I get here? What's this about? Terry Bogard, Street Fighter trailer. Right, okay. Yes, okay. So back to the... Do I have it here? No, I don't. Okay. So let me put this here, and then I'll go to SF6 Season Pass 2 trailer. So if you go back to this trailer... Actually, I want the art. Can I get the art of the trailer? I don't really need the artwork. Can I get it without the... No? Okay. No? Okay, that's fine. Alright, so the trailer. If I go back here. If I go... Game? Okay. If I go here. Okay. Right, I was talking about CVS. Right, so CVS. So in the late 90s, right? Near the turn of the millennium, right? After SNK and Capcom were basically going head to head, blow for blow in fighting games for almost a decade. Capcom having established themselves, well, not established, having the deal with Marvel, having them establish themselves as like really good at making crossover games, and SNK doing a self crossover game with King of Fighters, which is people forget this. I don't blame people for it because none of the games that SNK are pulling from have had games in decades. The only exception being Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, which is like what, damn near like 20 years after Mark of the Wolves came out. But generally, King of Fighters was SNK's self-referential crossover, taking their other fighting games and combining them into one game, including other things that aren't fighting games, like, you know, Ikari Warriors, like Cycle Soldier, which is where Athena and Kenso come from, and even referencing games that they made that like what was it? Robo Army, which is where Maxima comes from. Even though he's not a Robo Army character, his design is based off of Rocky from Robo Army. And it was just this massive success for SNK, to the point that it became SNK's main export. Because people forget this. Because King of Fighters was originally supposed to be an annual title that would make money for SNK that they would then use to fund other games. Because, you know, SNK was an arcade business, right? So all the money would go into making more arcade games. But the problem with being an arcade developer at the time of the late 90s is that arcades were dying. They weren't, right? It happened to Sega and it happened to SNK, right? So after... I'm trying to remember the timeline, because SNK has went bankrupt multiple times, but that's actually not too important to what I'm about to say right now. So I'll just skip that for now. So there were, if I remember correctly, there were 5 Capcom versus SNK games. I don't remember the timeline. I remember the timeline is Match of the Millennium, then Card Fighters Clash 1, CVS, and then, you know, expansion CVS Pro, right? We ain't gotta count that. Okay, CVS 1, Card Fighters Clash. Wait, when did Card Fighters Clash 2 come out? Card Fighters Clash 2, when did that come out? 2001, September 2001. So that's... Wait, when did CVS 2 come out? Well, it should be here in the crossover down here, right? No, okay. Capcom versus SNK 2. CVS 2. When is this? July. That's got to be a home port. Ain't no way to come out in 2000. August. Okay, so it came out after CVS 2. I don't. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So there was CVS 2, and then you had SVC Chaos, which is a very unfortunate game. I like it, but it is an unfortunate game because it came out while SNK was in the middle of being bankrupt, and a very unfortunate game. I think that came out in 2000, either 2002, 2003. I don't remember the specific year, but it was a rough time for SNK, which is why the game is very strange, even amidst SNK's own. I almost said discography. I don't know what you call it. Like even against SNK's own output in fighting games, SVC Chaos is really weird, and I appreciate it because it's weird, but it doesn't make it any less weird, right? So, all right, so I need time skip because I want to get to the actual game here. So time skip, right? SNK, due to an influx of some oil money, right, have been being put in fucking everything, right? This isn't new. Terry's in you got Terry and Mai in Street Fighter 6. You got Terry in Smash. You got Terry in Fighting Leia. You had Geese in Tekken. Right now. Hold on, I need to make sure I'm gonna do this to make sure I don't fucking dox myself. Give me a minute here. Oh, let's see. Just to make sure. Am I logged in? No. Good. Okay. So now I go here. Then I go here. Then I go here. And here? No, that's not it. Hold on. Oh, here we go. It's this one. Yeah, so right now, as we speak, there's an event going on. And of all fucking things, Dungeon Fighter Online that are currently having an SNK deal, have an SNK crossover. SNK has been whoever is just funneling money in SNK just truly loves SNK and just wants to put it in fucking everything, and I respect them for it. In spite of all the other shit, right? So SNK has been throwing around a lot of money to get in a lot of places. And people are speculating, maybe correctly, maybe not, that this is all going to accumulate into a proper Capcom versus SNK 3. And yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I mean, fucking hell, City of the Wolves. You're gonna have Ken and Chun-Li in that game. So, I believe it. Am I excited? Nah, not really. I'm sure it's gonna be good because it'll be developed by Capcom. But at the same time, I'm kind of worried about where it's gonna land because you can't just drop. I mean, I'm assuming that it's gonna drop after both Street Fighter 6 and both City of the Wolves in support because that would be the time to do it. Like. But that also raises the question of like, what's SNK gonna do? Because if Capcom drops CVS 3 while City of the Wolves is still being supported, they're gonna cannibalize that fucking game. So it has to be after both games in support, unless they're gonna do something that will be very fucking stupid, and that each game is going to develop and release a crossover game concurrently. So Capcom will make CVS 3. And SNK will make SVC Chaos 2, and they just release at the same time, which is also really stupid. So I don't know how that's gonna be handled. I can't really think of a way. Maybe they'll work together to make the game, but what would that even look like? Are they gonna? Okay, You want full fantasy? You want fuck time, fuck budget? The full fantasy is what they're gonna do is they're gonna work together to make the game, right? Capcom is gonna have grooves like CVS2 did, but Capcom is going to make the CAP grooves, and SNK will make the SNK grooves. That's how they're gonna handle it. They'll be handled internally by their own development. Oh, that's so dumb. Oh, that would be so fucking cool. Oh, that'd be ridiculous. Okay, but what was I talking about? Crossovers. Right. Okay, yeah, right. So, okay, what does Twitter look like right now? Let me double check. I'm gonna make sure that I don't. Let's see. Let's see here. Let me check Twitter. Is mine still trending? Probably. Because I managed to talk about. Oh, that's okay. No. So, you know what? I don't need to bring it up. I don't need to bring it up. That's unimportant. I don't need to bring up the feed. I mean, that part is actually important. Okay, so get rid of this. Sorry, I gotta get rid of this real quick. Okay, so hold on, what? Let's care. I come for stars. Okay, Splats. I'll get back to you on that. I will get back to you on that. Okay, so what was it? Right, that's what I want to talk about. My shooter Nui. So the true SNK faithful, right, would be able to immediately point out that this artwork of Mai, this is not King of Fighters Mai. Terry, this is KO of Terry. Make no mistake. Even though this is a Fatal Fury crossover, and Nakayama, the director of Street Fighter 6, loves Real Bout 2. There is so much love for Terry in Street Fighter 6 that is hyper specific to Real Bout 2. But his outfit here, this is the KOF outfit, because in Real Bout, Terry did not have the ripped t-shirt under the vest in Real Bout. That is specifically a KOF thing. And I know that some of you are thinking, well, what about Fatal Fury 2, which is where that design comes from? And I will point out this art right here, which is not small, which is very small. That one's also small. That's Obari. That's also the movie. I'm trying to find a really good image of specifically Fatal Fury 2 Terry, because I want to. This? No, that's not 2. Oh shit! Hold on. You know what? I'll just use this one. It is the header image vault. So that's not. Okay, let me go back to the man himself. That's the wrong thing. Gotta go back to Terry profile. There we go. No, none of these are what I'm looking for. Okay, let me check his sprites. No, that's not. There's a very specific piece of art that I'm looking for that I cannot find. But whatever, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, to give a basic example of what I'm trying to get at, right? This is Terry in Fatal Fury 1, right? Right? He's got the red jacket with the sleeves. He's got the white high tops, very, very 80s. I like it. Very white, pale white. Well, pale because it's sharing the same color data as his gloves and his shirt. So the jeans are like a light blue, kind of like a faded blue, faded light blue, right? And his red, it's not like dark red that we're familiar with. It's more like an orangey red, right? So now you get to Fatal Fury 2, right? The Tim. This is the Terry, right? The red's a little bit darker. He's got the Converse, right? The jeans are still kind of like light blue, right? Because the gloves and this, sharing the same color data, right? And then he's got the ripped sleeves. Now, the thing about the ripped sleeves, very specifically in Fatal Fury 2, because this was changed immediately, is that in Fatal Fury 2, the idea behind the ripped sleeves that Terry has serves two purposes. One, it is supposed to be battle damage. That is the context behind the sleeves, that it is supposed to be battle damage from when he fought Geese in the last game. And so the tears on his shoulders here are not from the t-shirt, it's actually from the jacket. These are where the sleeves of the jacket were. That is why they're ripped like that. And then over time, it became the ripped t-shirt, right? Because Fatal Fury 3, where's Fatal Fury 3? Fatal Fury 3, right here. Personally, my favorite version of Terry. I'll be real here. This is my favorite version of Terry. He has a normal t-shirt under the vest. So he got into the vest. He's got in the t-shirt, right? He's got the cuffs of his jeans rolled up. Nice touch. I like that, right? And his hat here finally has some text on it, right? And it looks like a hat. Like it's shaped like a hat, right? Like that's real nice. I love Fatal Fury 3 Terry. I understand why they didn't do it, but I would have loved if the version of Terry we got in Street Fighter was Fatal Fury 3 Terry. And now we got Real Bout. And now we have Real Bout Terry, taking influence from Fatal Fury. Obviously, it has the same basic. It's basically a not trace, but basically reference from Fatal Fury 3. But you see here, and a little bit less detail, right? His cuffs ain't the cuff. He's not rolling up his slacks. Why did I say slacks? Jesus Christ. He's not rolling up his jeans, right? Hold up, I got a call. Hold up, I got a call. I got a call to make. Hold on. Okay, so something drastic came up. I have to leave immediately, so I will continue this when I get back. I'm sorry, I gotta leave. So Choco, thanks for sticking around, watching me shoot the shit for like an hour. I didn't even get to the fucking game. But I'll play the game when I get back, and hopefully I'll be able to better organize my thoughts on this thing. So I'll see you all later.